Welcome back to I Sheffield, where we have the second under-16 semi-final, and this one pits two teams making their playoff debuts, with the Ice Bees, who are based in Slough and the Southern Division champions, against the North runners-up, the Deside Dragons, in just their second year of existence. Rambo, you know the Dragons side quite well from your own Iron Maiden side, playing against them this season. We'll come to them in a second. We've got the Ice Bees up there on the caption there, Abigail Ransom, who we were talking about on the podcast preview show earlier this week, and what a great goalie she is. But one or two other players stand out there for you?
Yeah, I think Sophia Fajcek, I've heard a lot about, really stands out as one of the players that I'm looking forward to see. And yeah, as I say, I'm looking forward to seeing, well, just this whole roster. I don't know as many Ice Bees as I probably do Deside. Deside are stacked across the blue line is where they're the strongest, and obviously also the blue paint with Violet Lennon in goals. Violet Lennon, who is only, I think, 12 or 13 years of age, but is been around
forever, hasn't she?
It feels like she's been here for a long time. Moves so brilliantly. Just a really, really good goalie. I know she's got a bit of Whitley background as well, and so I think it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams stack up. I don't think it's as easy to predict even as the last game.
No. That one shot just going wide there. Yeah, indeed, Violet is and her sister Autumn are the only two players who have got playoff experience with the 16s, having had that year with the Beacons a couple of years ago now. For the Ice Bees, of course, they are affiliated with the Queen Bees and have got that pathway there. Top scorer for them is Amelia Strachan-Jones. She has 28 points this season, 18 of them are goals. Sky Wheeler has 15 points. And the defender Maisie Goodall, she has 10. So they're probably the three standout players to look out for in terms of how much points production they've had. Poppy Ward's the top scorer for Deside. She has 43 points, 32 of them are goals. Emmy Lauder 25 and Hallie Morgan 23 points. So we have got a lot of offence on this Dragon side. And I mean, I know you played them early on in the season and said that they were almost Whitley Bay-esque in the way that they dismantle teams.
They're absolutely ruthless. They're very physical for like an under-16 side compared to. I know that I'm not disparaging the level of physicality in under-16s, but it is slightly less physical in senior. But I think it was a step up against Deside for a lot of our players. They were finding it was much tougher.
Yeah. Well, indeed, and as I say, it's a bit of a tentative start, as we saw with the first game. They are just trying to find one another out right now. And Ice Bees controlling behind the back of the net. It's Deside have come here with a larger bench. And they have had a couple of entries into the offensive zone now. Shot coming in.
Neither team's actually generated a shot on target yet, but very, very cagey to start this game. Here we got a bit of a break now.
Yeah, with a red helmet there. It's very difficult to read the numbers actually with the Ice Bees, so please do bear with us on that one. It's yellow on white, isn't exactly the clearest to see up here, whereas the Dragons are nice and clear. That's controlled by I was going to say number 58, but she doesn't have to, we don't actually have a 58 on the game sheet, so that's unfortunate. But Poppy Ward over on that far side.
Fairly sure Poppy Ward's a D as well.
She is, yeah.
But scores tons of goals from the blue line. Probably there's a few players like that. You put them up front and they actually lose their scoring ability, because part of what's good about them is they can see the whole ice in front of them and then make those breaks when they need to. If they're going to score like sort of coast-to-coast goals. But she's also a good shot from the point.
She does indeed, yeah. And from that draw, it's the Ice Bees top line that took that draw, led by Grace Riley, who is one of the ones who has experience in the Elite League with the Queen Bees. And that is her on the puck right now, switching the play out to wide left. And
Violet actually guested for Manchester on our graduation day, and I think she faced somewhere in the region of 30-odd shots and made some tremendous saves in that game. So that wasn't that long ago, so she certainly had a good warm-up for this game.
Yeah, definitely. We got a whistle on the play there. So Brooke Griffin is somebody else with league experience for the ISBs. She wears number 46. And we will single those out for you as and when they become relevant to mention. We'll get a face-off then in the ISB zone. Morgan's going to take the draw for Deside.
I do enjoy the noise, but the vuvuzela might be the most obnoxious noise-making device in the history of mankind. I'm sorry, Deside, but it is.
Yeah, made famous from the 2010 Football World Cup, of course, which was in South Africa. Funny enough, I remember watching Newcastle United away from home that following season, and the fans would try and make the noise with their own mouth rather than the instrument themselves, and they were calling it the Geordie Vuvuzela, which was quite comical, but equally as annoying. As Morgan does well on that centre red line. They have done well. It's a positive start from Deside. They've probably just edged it in possession slightly in its opening 4 minutes or so, but it's still very much the early stages. Morgan on the far side.
Deside were a team that possibly, I think, last year, a lot of, coming into this season, I think when we were doing the podcast, we didn't rule them out, but we weren't as sure that they were going to be the power that they were the season before with Sophie Davis having aged out. And they've come in and they seem to, a lot of players have really stepped up. Hallie Morgan being one of them in particular. I think if we got on the end of that, we'd have seen open goal there.
Well, indeed, yeah. And again, it's Deside who've maybe created the first couple of half chances. As ISBs will push out here with Lara Cannon, number 84. She's certainly knows how to fire a puck, as if you excuse the pun. As that won't be the first. Sorry, it won't be the last one this weekend, I'm sure.
Any opportunity to get a pun.
Indeed, yeah, indeed. But carry it out here for the ISBs. Lauda doing a good job there on the back check. As I say, she's synonymous really as a points getter, but much like we saw with Evie Tyndale in that last game, she's quite happy to get back and help out her D, and her back checking and her work rate's phenomenal. Riley strides forward, lovely centering pass. Oh, great save by Violet Lennon there.
Talking about Violet Lennon, she's quite big for her age in terms of goaltending, but also moves tremendously well.
Yeah, she really does. As Deside pushing out, but ISB's in control. As I say, this is their first visit to a playoffs, as indeed it is for Deside. Taylor picks that one off. As you say, Rambo, I mean, when you're losing somebody who scored that many goals and points for Deside last year, Sophie Davis, I don't want to say they were a one-goal team, but sometimes when a player ages out like that, it makes them a better team, because they're not relying on one individual. Everyone else has to then step up. We've kind of seen that from them this year. So I think we were probably right in maybe not quite sure how they would have this season. I think many people thought Manchester might go back to the playoffs this year as well, but they've done well to finish above Manchester in the table. Yeah,
absolutely, and I think they've really worked on that. I mean, I think in these leagues that the stronger your DR, I think your defensive core are. I think that's where you. Oh, that's a good save considering she went back against the green there. But yeah, I think having strong defenses really benefits you, and that's one thing that I would say that Deside really do have. Yeah,
and I think what impressed me there with Violet was she just outweighted the forwards. She made sure that she shot first and then reacted to it, and that one's carried forward by Amelia Strachan-Jones, the top scorer for the ISBs.
I think because Violet can move so well, that is something that she's got the ability to do.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to sort of overly anticipate and maybe put herself down early. She can really hold her position for longer.
Yeah. It does seem like she's been around the game for so long. I know she came in a year early. They had to change the ruling on the age odds. It's setting up in the low slot there, but just wide. But she's been around for so long. She's got so much experience in those young years, and she has got the experience of playing in a playoffs with the Beacons, as I say, from 2 years ago. So that, and as a goalie, that's vital, isn't it?
Yeah. I think she's been around as long as her namesake was in the Beatles, you know, at this stage.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. So someone's going to Google and tell me how long John Lennon was actually in the Beatles and tell me I'm an idiot. But,
no, but I know what you're saying. It does seem like she's been around a while, and really, I think with it being a new club, it was vital for them that they had that experience. And as we see, hard work in the corners. Lauda back there once more. She centres that top line for the Dragons, and looking to set this attack off, and lovely shift of balance again there, gets the shot off. In the end it was Poppy Ward with the effort, who as we've seen likes to get forward from the blue line. Partners Broom on that top pairing, and very patriotic Welsh colours as well, red with a bit of green on there, and a dragon. What could be more Welsh than that? As the club located just across the border from Cheshire, really.
Yeah, it's very. It sounds very Merseyside, you know,
yeah.
Manchester sort of hybrid there. It's a nice rink to go to. I quite like going to Deside.
Yeah.
I didn't like it the last time when I got a puncture on the way down the road and had to get rescued.
Yeah, it's had a lot of investment over the years from the council, which is always good. And had a couple of refurbs, and yeah, it's good to see hockey there. There's rumours there might be a senior women's team there at some point in the future, which makes sense when you've got a 16s team. Where would they go to eventually when they all age out? So yeah. That's always good to see. As I say,
it would be lovely to see a team from Deside in the league, yeah. And certainly, as I say, a place I quite like visiting. It's
well, it's quite a commute as well from Scotland and from the northeast of England, but it's as I say, it is a nice rink, as you've mentioned. There's a sprawling save there from Abigail Ransom, and we'll get another face-off inside the Ice Bee zone, and there we go. There's the Queen Bee from last year. That is Miley Drays' mum in there.
She's got a long weekend ahead of her.
She has. She's.
In fact,
got a lot of energy
because all the teams are playing today.
Yes, yeah. She's got a lot of energy, which I think you need for that role. But she's good fun. She's a great person to talk to, and always makes these events special when you got fans like that.
Looked like a high stick to me. Yeah. I thought it was a high stick by the Deside player, but the ref said it was the Ice Bees. So
to be honest, I thought it was one. Both of them had a high stick up there, which I guess kind of cancels itself out, doesn't it? But
it's who it connects with, I think. But I mean, yeah, it definitely was from up here. It did not look like.
No, it did look like a Deside.
Play should have went on.
Yeah, it did.
Well, that's a great break. But Poppy Ward, that's an important play there.
Yeah, really good defensive work from her.
And the ice is broken for her.
Yeah, she's striding forward now. Big force wide. Nice little poke check coming in there at the last minute, but you'll see they're getting a lot of joy offensively with Poppy Ward when she joins the rush like that.
And another tremendous skater. We see a lot of tremendous skaters this weekend. It's so smooth skating.
Yeah.
Oh, that maybe better to face those shots. That might have hurt a little bit because she seemed to get that off the hip,
didn't it? Yeah. Broom switches the play over onto the far side, and a lot of smaller players on the Ice Bee side, aren't there? Which presumably they were younger girls, but these side have got some taller players matching up against them, and it'll be interesting to see how they do next year, because obviously in the north, whereas you would imagine Whitley having 7 players aging out, their core gone, the common sense would say that Deside would then move to the top and be favourites, but you don't know how many of their players, of course, are aging out. So it could be quite interesting next season. Your own Iron Maidens could be well in the shake-up as well, of course.
Please don't say things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think the 16s league this year, I mean, apart from the games against the 2 games against Whitley, and the 1 game against Deside, the Iron Maidens have had pretty good games that have been like, entertaining and stuff. We lost to Sheffield with Aria playing in goals for Sheffield, so I mean, it's a pretty good league actually. The 16s, obviously, Whitley are extremely talent rich, but I think this Deside side, I think they might be looking to try and get league honours themselves next year.
Yeah, indeed. As Young brings it forward, shot comes in.
That wobbled there.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear yourself thinking here. I don't know how the players are coping with this, but good experience, for these young players to hear this kind of noise, because if they, you assume some of the players we're seeing in this game will one day we'll see in GB 18's GB full team. They're going to have to deal with this level of noise. Yeah,
of course. It's all a good experience for them, isn't it? As you say, and a lot of them probably already are, of course, used to international play, and you do get the different noises on the continent, but certainly a lot of them playing for the England and GB 16s teams, and that gives them a first taste of that international competition. But yeah, it is. It's always noisier in the 16s games. I think there's a lot of encouraging parents, which is good to see. As Fatchik, who plays for Oxford Midnight Stars as well, in the senior league. She's an outstanding young talent who a lot of bright things are expected of her in her future. And to be honest, it's so competitive in the south, because yes, Chelmsford have been here 4 straight years, but during that time there's been 4 other different teams each year join them. We've seen Swindon, we've seen Icebees, we've seen Haringey in their previous guise as the London Capitals, and of course last year Bristol. So I suppose you could argue the same thing in the north, where Whitley might have been the champions for 3 years, but we've seen Sheffield, Manchester and Deside, and previously to at Kingston. So it's always nice to see different teams get their chance at playoffs, and it isn't always the same teams getting there.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. I mean, you want to see different teams. You want to see a lot more, competition, surprise. Oh, that's a great finish!
What a goal!
From that angle, what a finish that was.
Yeah, we're going to get a replay of it again here, and Amelia Strachan-Jones showing why she is the top scorer for the Icebees. That was some finish. Nice bandana she's got going on in her head. It's on her head, so we'll see it here up onto the left wing. 2 against 1 against her there as well, and she drifts past Lauder, who was back there helping out her D.
That was. You couldn't have placed that any better.
Right.
If you stood there and tried to hand it in the back of the net, you couldn't have placed it any better.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Well, and that's got the great thing. And I mean, I don't necessarily want to say it's come against the run of play as such, but Deside have asked a lot of questions up till now. Yeah,
I think this is quite a balanced game. I don't think we're going to see a game this game go one way, like sort of one-sided.
No. I mean, that was the first chance that Amelia had to run at the Deside defence, and I mean it's come right at the end of a period, so it's come at a crucial time for the Icebees.
I think it's Clive Woodward used to call these sort of times. I know it's rugby and obviously half time, the championship minutes.
Yeah. Well, indeed, yeah, and I mean I think it's strong character, isn't it, when you soak up a lot of pressure yourself and then can strike like that.
Well, that was not the best. That was not a good place to give that away.
Cannon working it back to Riley. That one thrown the puck away there.
That was like a Dennis Rodman rejection there, wasn't it?
It was a bit, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a niche 90s basketball reference.
It is. Dennis Rodman, who was part of that successful Chicago Bulls team. I certainly grew up watching the Bulls, Rambo. But that will do it then for a very fast-paced opening period. But yeah, I mean, Deside have been strong up until now, but Icebees getting the breakthrough. Yeah,
absolutely, and I think I don't think this is a game where that'll be the end of things. I think we're going to see more goals in this game, and I think Deside are going to be good for 1 or 2 as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the distance of this.
Well, as will I. We're going to take a short break. Be back with you in just under 5 minutes' time. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back then for the start of the second period, and it's the Icebees who have this 1-goal lead, and their top line back out there again.
There wasn't a lot of pomp and circumstance about restarting that period, was there?
There wasn't really.
Just sort of lined up with about 10 seconds left on the clock and dropped it as soon as the buzzer went.
Well, we're kind of ready, raring to go. Let's get on with it, sort of thing. And well, it's, I guess, good to see, isn't it? There's Bulmer on the far side, just gets a piece of it, and Facic, who will work hard down this left wing side.
Oh, that's a good poke check.
There's nothing much separating the sides, was there, on the balance of play in the game? But you'd probably say Deside just about edged it in terms of possession in the offensive zone, but it was the Ice Bees who got the breakthrough towards the end of the session. Yeah,
I mean, they definitely edged, in my opinion, the possession. But now that's surely a power play opportunity, no?
No, we've not called it.
No, I'm not. The ref was at the other side of the ice, so maybe just thought she lost an edge from her vantage point there.
Amelia Strachan-Jones, the puck just got away from her.
Ward is unfortunately not looking particularly great. They're going off.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's okay, because she's a massively important player, and the type of player you want to watch in these games.
Yeah, definitely. That one's dumped in.
Trying to buy a ticket again for the same show, but didn't quite find the range that time.
Well, yeah, well that's it, and we've been able to get that one away. Ice Bees will gather on the blue line. Look to lead the charge forward. Centering pass, that's picked off at the hash marks. Deside will look to carry out here. That's dumped in for Autumn Lennon, who's Violet's slightly older sister. Again, also played for the Beacons a couple of years ago. And good to see her still playing as well. Which, obviously Violet's such a big personality as a goalie, and Autumn, it's just nice that she gets to play in her own right as well. I remember her scoring an absolutely brilliant first goal for the Beacons. And got player of the game for it as well, and it's just a nice moment for her as Morgan looks to cut through here. Chance of 1-on-1. That's a good save there by Ransom, who didn't even have to move. That was a nice, confident save, wasn't it?
Nice aggressive goaltending there. She comes right out of the blue paint.
Yeah, and she's quite tall as well. She's a tall goalie for under-16s, but she got down low there, low glove save.
Yeah, that's. They say you drown in the sea and you dance on the sand, and she's out in the sand there.
Yes.
Look, you're going to hear a lot of rubbish analogies this weekend, so I might as well start them off.
Well, indeed, yeah, that is true. It's Deside who will control with another Violet on the team, Foster Noble, who. I seem to remember was part of the team last year for the Dragons in their first season, and gives them some depth scoring on their lines. And I seem to remember her scoring a goal against Whitley Bay, in fact, at Whitley, which was no mean feat last season.
I think there was 7 goals against Whitley this year, and couldn't be much more than that the season before.
Indeed, yeah. Riley, I think it was with the effort. That one's just put wide. Violet Lennon coming up big. That one rode up over her shoulder and onto the crossbar and down.
She's had to do really well there, Violet, to keep this a 1-goal game.
Look at her head, it's on a swivel, isn't it? Constantly looking, following the puck, and she did well to track that one all the way. Ice Bees looking to crash home that advantage. They are in the ascendancy right now, and that one will be cleared, and that eases the pressure a little bit on the Dragons' defensive zone, and will go into the corner. That'll be an icing call, but we'll see the replay again here. Lovely breakout to get in behind the D, but shot low. Takes a good shot to beat Violet from that position.
It's that one there, that save there, that takes a really big bounce. And then to stay with it after it comes down and make sure she gets the leg on that rebound as well.
Yeah, that's right. No, it was going to be a late change there, I thought, but she's been told to go back out.
I'm not sure the ref would have allowed that change if they kind of kept with it.
Yeah, and as I mean, they're a designated home team, aren't they, the Ice Bees? So they should get the last change anyway on the matchups. But
there's a limit to it as well.
yes, there is. Of course, there is. Yeah. Shot from Strachan Jones again. Just
Strachan Jones is lighting this place up.
She is, as you'd expect for a player who's put up as many points as she has this season.
Person with the most Celtic sounding double barrel name in the history of mankind is lighting this place up.
Yeah. It's carried out over on the far side. The louder line is back out there for the Dragons. ISB's pretty much using just two lines really, the Riley line and the Strachan Jones line. There's that one. Yeah, sort of Strachan Scottish, isn't it? And Jones is certainly Welsh as Goodall carries this one forward. Shoots early. Ooh, what was going to go into the corner, but again, Violet reacts well, covers off that short side.
Violet Lennon's really made some really important saves at the start of this period.
Yeah. Taylor gets in behind and will be controlled over on the far side as Ice Bees will look to carry out, but they've been forced back here. It's a nice forecheck coming in from the Dragons, keeping them honest, keeping them on their toes. Fatchik hugging the boards, so strong along that side of their game. That one's cleared. And I think it was Brook Griffin who got the clearance, and Ice Bees with a chance to break in here. Look to make the play. Nobody up with her in the middle of a line change there. Had 4 red shirts around her, unfortunately. Lennon, Autumn Lennon I should say, switches it back. Puck gets stuck at the high slot and then that one into the corner.
It's a little less structured than the last game, I feel, at times this game. It's there's a lot more kind of chaos at times.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I must admit it's a lot closer than I was expecting. That's no disrespect to Deside, but that's just, I know Ice Bees had finished top of the pile in the south in what was such a competitive league, and you kind of expected them to be, well, taking control of the game. And yes, they've created some good chances, but I would say Deside have more than matched them right now. And there's not much between them, and it continues to be that way as Jones having to quickly readjust. I don't think she was expecting the puck to come past her. Strachan Jones again will control behind the back of the net. She is really what makes this team tick, isn't she, Rambo?
Yeah, I mean, speed, and there you go. I mean, that was basically on the defender's stick there.
Yeah,
and that's a massively offside change.
Yeah, we'll get the whistle for that.
He could have called that next year's playoffs. That was so far offside.
Yes, I think quite easily could have done.
Yeah. Apart from going over to the lines person there and saying I'm offside, there was no other way to be that more obvious.
So we're going to face off just outside the Ice Bee zone and just on their blue line.
Yeah, a little bit of dancing there as the two of them went at the wrong side of the circle.
Yeah. Strachan Jones with the draw. And just trying to see, it is so difficult to read the jersey numbers on the Ice Bees.
Well, that's like a wasted with that again from Violet Lennon. And 2-on-1 here.
Yeah, puck just sticking on the centre red line for Mitchell there. She tried to advance, but that just allowed the Ice Bees to get bodies back. Young working hard there just to keep the move going, but Ice Bees outnumbering them. Now looking to carry out. We've been knocking on the door of the playoffs the last couple of years, but got some really good results. They had a pair of draws against Haringey at the start of the season, and we all felt, well, whilst it was a good foundation for them to make the playoffs, we felt at the time that they were dropping points because we assumed Chelmsford and Bristol would be up there at the top, but they kept it going, didn't they, that year?
Yeah, I mean, Bristol have got a good side. There was Sophie Benson in goal, and
yeah.
I think when we first talked about it, we did not predict the Ice Bees to be in the playoffs, and
no,
good on them, they won the league. So.
Yeah, and in previous years I probably would have tipped them to say they would make it, but this year just felt, I mean, I didn't expect Bristol to finish fourth. I had them winning that Southern conference, but didn't quite play out there. It was ultra competitive, and I think you could have put all 4 teams in the hat and pulled 2 of them out and see who you got, really, as that one comes in. And which is good. It's great for a sport that we have had it so competitive, and we were left guessing right up until the last weekend as to which 2 teams would make it. We might well get that in the north next year, of course, with, let's say, Whitley sort of going through a rebuild. Or certainly there will be next year. And certainly Leeds have come on leaps and bounds this year.
Yeah, the Leeds team are really well worked this year. I do kind of wish they were part of the Roses, though, so they could be the Leeds Rosebuds. But
that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, they are part of the Leeds Knights group, which is, of course, the men's side. But just good to see that they have got that junior development and that pathway coming through.
Absolutely.
Not every club in the Women's League do have that junior pathway, but certainly Leeds are building something, which is good to see. Bristol and Whitley Bay, some of the real standard bearers, Chelmsford, as we know, are, and this Ice Bees side part of the Queen Bees as well. So there's some of the bigger clubs are doing that, and it's wonderful to see. And of course, your own Caledonia club, Rambo, is doing the same thing.
Yeah, and I think just across the board, this is the women's game's on the rise in general.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, every year we're getting 4 or 5 new teams, senior teams coming in, aren't we? Which is good. We're seeing junior teams as well springing up at pretty much every rink, and it all bodes well for the future. As that's a high glove save as it pops up into the air. Abigail Ransom will hold on, and we're going to face off inside the Ice Bees zone with we're past the midpoint of the game in what has been quite a fast-paced, moving game so far. Yeah,
I've enjoyed this game so far. As I say, it's really tight, and I think next goal is going to be massively important. If Deside get it, then I think it's game on. But Ice Bees might just have too much if they get the next one,
Yeah, it's a sting in the tail, perhaps, as we've got to be careful of. As that one comes through, it was.
Did you just make a reference of a bee stinging a dragon in the tail?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking that we're on the same page.
But you do that, you might just fire up the dragons, might you? But that will do for now. No more puns as we get a retake on the draw, and Morgan will go in again. I should say there's 3 Morgans, I think, on this Deside team. Into the corner, Ice Bees will outnumber the Dragons 2-1 there. Shot comes in, it's a rising effort, just flies over the top of the goal. Morgan controls, Savannah Morgan, I should say, that is, number 6, a defender. Well, Ice Bees looking to get a break on here. Again, they've soaked up quite a bit of pressure here.
That's good defensive play.
Yeah, it was well done by Broom. Freya Broom. One of 2 Brooms on the team. Freya, a defender, and Layla, a forward. That one controlled along the hash marks. Again, Ice Bees looking to make the play up, but Deside seem to get a lot of bodies back deep, don't they, defensively?
Yeah, they're not shy to defend, and they're willing to put themselves in front of shots and things, make sure that they keep this Ice Bees team out.
Yeah, we do indeed, and that one. I'll get a whistle. Well, we know. It must have been from the crowd. I could see the play was still going on, but I could have sworn I heard a whistle. But there's that much noise here, you can hardly hear yourself think. And that one coming towards the high slot. Deside looking to get a break out here. Morgan on the far side. Autumn Lennon up there with her, looking to get the break on, but Ice Bees will get it away. Now the Deside Dragons have a chance here. 3 against 2. Morgan winds one up. Kick save from Ransom. Oh, and a lash, really, as it was... went behind the back of the net. And over on the far side now, Ice Bees looking to count it. It's opening up a little bit now, isn't it?
Yeah, that was definitely offside as well. I thought that was offside for a minute there.
Yeah, it was. And a little bit more run and gun here, which is nice because it is opening up. We can see more goal scoring chances. And the Grace Riley line out there for the Ice Bees then.
I've not heard Mr. Boombastic in about 10 years since an interesting choice.
Another old 90s tune, isn't it? We're getting the 90s references in here, Rambo. It's kind of dating us a little bit, isn't it, in terms of when we grew up and what era. Dennis Rodman and Mr. Boombastic. It's Poppy Ward clears that one. And, Freya Broom over on the far side. That one's cleared again. They're well coached, this Dragon side, led by a player who did have a stint with the Whitley Bay Beacons in Emma Pearson, and retired from playing now. She had suffered a bad injury almost as soon as she signed for the club, and Poppy Ward.
I think we're getting our first penalty of the game.
It's on the Ice Bees player. It's Poppy Ward who was brought down. So yeah, first penalty of the game, isn't it, as you say?
She'll get a penalty and she'll have to buzz off to the box.
So yeah, she will head into the box.
See, they've changed the penalty song this year. It used to be that old school "Please release me, let me go."
Yeah, I'm pleased that has changed, to be fair. that got very tiresome very quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
And always good to hear the old NHL organ music as well.
Yeah. We've got quite the media team around here. A lot of people doing a lot of jobs, and it's good to people volunteer to do this every year. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the referees up here with us in the gantry as well, the referee assessors, I should say, and then Colin, who's the announcer. Ourselves on comms, Matthew, who's our excellent camera guy, and brings all these top-class quality pictures to your screens. That shot coming in. That one's covered up. And yeah, when we get other guys doing social media stuff as well. So yeah, it's hive of activity up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
As that one comes in.
That one wasn't a Beast reference, everyone.
Lauder will take the draw for the Dragons. And yeah, I mean, it's remarkable, isn't it? These clubs just in their second year making the playoffs. Whitley Bay Beacons did as well in the 16s level. Bristol Huskies did, I believe, as well last season. Oh, the Puppies rather did last season.
Yeah. Certainly, there's a lot of teams that popped up and then they do become playoff contenders. I mean, look at Manchester this year, straight into playoffs at the Elizabeth level. So it shows the growth of the game. It shows that obviously there's players in those areas, and that's where these clubs come from. And
yeah.
I know that they didn't make the playoffs, but obviously Blackburn they've been real contenders in that division this year.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they put together quite a strong side, didn't they? And a lot of experience from various different clubs, and it's worked well. Really well coached there with Darren Wilson. That one comes in, pops up off the blocker there from Abigail Ransom and away.
Looks so assured in goals, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Is Abigail? Really does, am I right in thinking Abigail does play senior, or have I made that?
That's a good question. She must do. I can't off the top of my head think where, unless she's kind of backing up on the Firebees. Yeah, she is with the Firebees, yeah. So,
sorry, I'm making you search elite prospects. What else for doing this? Going to ask questions.
Yeah, so she's. Well, she hasn't actually played any games for the Firebees, but she's dressed, yeah. Which is what I thought. I didn't think she had actually played as such.
I think the Firebees have got quite a solid goaltending situation.
They really have. I happened to see Mackenzie McNamara just before when I was getting interviews between the two games just now. I did joke saying I wanted to steal her stick before because they're playing my Beacons next, but really great person, Mackenzie, known as Wonderwall from her time in Cardiff. Just a really underrated goalie as well.
Oh no, I don't think we realised they were putting out the box here.
Broom did well to come across that.
Sweep that up.
Yes.
It had to be done.
Fatchik doing a good job there as well, riding a couple of challenges, keeping the momentum going though, and keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Shot comes in, that ripples the outside of the net.
From that angle, that looked like it actually went in, didn't it? So it's kind of a weird.
For a second, it did, yeah. It was just, I think for me, it was a lack of reaction from Violet, which told me it hadn't. But you're right. Yes, for a split second there, I thought it had gone in.
I don't think we'll see any goals that go in with Violet without a supreme effort. So.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. She knew. She was like, yeah, that's not going to trouble me. I'll just leave it. As cutting in here again.
That's a good save. She adjusted for that short side shot this time.
She went short side, didn't she? But I had it well covered off, leaning on her post, and I don't think she was ever going to get beaten from there as such.
Still very tight, this game.
It really is.
As we wind down a second.
I'm surprised it's been as close as it is. As I say, and that's no disrespect to Deside, but I just felt that Ice Bees, particularly with their top end players, having experience with the Queen Bees, like Grace Riley, for example, as the whistle goes. But well, another fast-paced period. It's still a one-goal game, Rambo. But yeah, it's been good to watch.
Yeah, what adjustments the coaches make now might be pivotal in this game. I think it's we've got a real nice grandstand finish to finish off this under-16s slate for this morning.
We're going to take a short break. Be back with you in around 5 minutes' time, so please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Ice Sheffield then, before we start of the third period of regulation time, because of course we could have OT. And it's currently a one-goal game. There's not been much between the two sides, has there, Rambo?
No, and if it goes to overtime, of course, we give you that for free. You can't say fairer than that.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
That was the most Scottish thing I could do, is talk about like getting something for free. You know.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I don't think I could have got away with saying that, but yeah. So off we go then, and it's Grace Riley who's in control of the puck for the Ice Bees right now. Fends off a couple of challenges there, put under a lot of pressure, shielding the puck well though, as Poppy Ward was sticking to her, almost like a marking job there. And Goodall getting stuck in as well. We've got
there's quite the scrum down there.
Yeah, the puck, I was going to say, I don't think it had been moving for a couple of seconds there, and they have blown the whistle. So we will get a face-off inside the D-side zone then.
Yeah, I've got one complaint to make. This is the second time we've played this song now, and I was fed up of it the first time.
Yes, I'm not a fan of this one, I've got to say.
No, I think Family Guy ruined this.
I was going to say, yes, that's exactly what I remember it from Family Guy. Indeed it is, yeah.
There's actually like a ref or something up here that's actually doing the dance, which I suppose is the one saving grace of it.
Yes. The least said about that, the better. But yes, I remember it from Family Guy, certainly. And that one comes in.
Oh, what a save! Cut
through the blue paint there, and she again the second one when she was lying prone on her side there, having already made the first stop. Violet Lennon showcasing flexibility there, as we'll see the replay here. Cuts onto her backhand and tried to slot that one home, but just stuck the pad out, made the block, and then smothered the rebound, and then a bit of support coming in there from Poppy Ward as well, and a D.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing we see this morning is just the level of goaltending. The under-16s level is class. You know, it's
There's so many good young goalies coming through, isn't there, throughout the league? It's frightening at times.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of look and you try and predict ahead. You know what goalies we're going to see when certain this sort of current GB crop maybe start hanging them up. But even the current GB goalies are young and as well, so it's not like a particularly obvious choice. But there's so many good goalies coming through, so we're never going to really have a problem, I think.
Well, that's right. Yeah. That one comes in. I think in some ways because former Nicole Jackson, and certainly for the last few years, and a lot of the good young goalies have come through and kind of been third choice, and they've found it difficult to break in. And the hope is that they'll stick around and bide their time. I like Somali Easton. I would love to see her get an opportunity at GB. Kayla Poole's another one. Amelia McGinley, of course, who was kind of part of the setup. She's sadly stopped playing, sold all her gear and retired from the sport, but a lot of good quality goalies certainly come through Swindon in the last decade, you'd say. To name, that's just to name 3, of course, as I'll break out here, the Ice Bees. But yes, we are treated to some really good goalies in this league, as we'll get an offside call. That will see the face-off come outside the Dragon zone, then. Ice Bees will be called for the offside. Get the puck drop just at the just in front of the Dragons bench, really. There's that one. Back to defence, but the Ice Bees will now re-enter the zone. Gets the shot off with a defender coming in just to poke the puck away. Broke that up, and then another poke check coming in from Violet Lennon.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Yeah, Foster Noble with the shot. Oof. Managed to get under the puck and steered it nicely, but it was a comfortable height for Ransom and to pop into the glove. But
yeah, I think the effort on that back check by the Ice Bees really made her rush that decision.
Yeah,
but good effort though, and a nice save.
It was, yeah.
Poppy Ward's now switched it forward for. I don't know if this is a full change or just.
Yeah, I think they've incorporated a line change here, haven't they, a little bit? And Poppy Ward has, or could be, but they're going to use her to centre that third line.
I mean, she scored an incredible amount of goals this season from defence, and I think, if I remember right, Mara, of course, who brings you all the stats, mentioned that Poppy has an incredible record for D. I think she's the top goal scoring D in the league.
So yeah, I believe that is correct. Mara does a fantastic job, as you say, at Elite Prospects, and we do thank her for all her hard work. As that one comes in off the right wing, or brought down, was that Poppy Ward who got brought down there?
Yeah, that looked a bit like a hook, but maybe the ref thought she went down just a little bit soft for their liking and didn't give it.
Over way here, rising shot goes over. But yeah, Poppy Ward is the top scorer for the Dragons, 43 points, 32 were goals, and that shows you why, doesn't it? Because she is such an integral part of their offense, and she's sort of been strong-armed to the ice there.
Looks a bit hurt. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if she's got caught there. It was Goodall, but she just seemed to shrug her off. I don't know if it was particularly malicious or anything. I think it was just, it was a bit of a, I mean, she's gone over to see if she's all right. It didn't, as I say, it didn't look deliberate. It was just kind of, I got a little bit caught up and she shrugged her off, and whether it just knocked her off balance, I don't know. But she isn't particularly moving a great deal now, so we'll have her medics out for the first time. We do hope it's not serious and that she's able to continue. But yeah, I mean, you can sort of see why they'd want to use Poppy Ward as a forward, utilise her in that position, because she's so good and so adept offensively, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely, and I just hope she's okay, because she's been playing a good game, and
she has.
You never like to see anyone, get hurt in the game. It doesn't matter what team or anything they play for, and just hope she's.
Yeah,
maybe just got a bit of a stinger, but
I mean, I don't know if the stick caught her high up. I mean, she's got a cage on, so that should do most of its job, protecting her face. I don't know, maybe she's caught in the net. She is sitting up now, which I can see. Obviously, we've taken the camera off just for her privacy there, but she is in a seated position now as the coaches take a look over at her. It might be the knee they're looking at, so maybe it was because. If she did get caught high up, put her off balance, and she's twisted her knee slightly, I don't know. But they are checking the lower body area, it seems. So we will see. Looking back, I don't know whether we need the stretcher to help her off, but she seemed to have. No, they're going to lift her up, I think, which is perhaps a more positive sign that they don't need the stretcher. But she's been helped up. There's 4 people there, coaches and medics. She's standing and she's mostly being walked off. She is heavily leaning on the medic, but she is favouring one of her feet. She isn't putting pressure, I think, on her right foot. She is mostly skating on her left, so maybe that is the issue. It is a leg problem.
I mean, she did get up rather gingerly in the first period after what looked a little bit like an inadvertent trip, and so maybe it was under a little bit of pressure as well.
I mean, that's the last thing Deside wants, isn't it? To lose somebody as talismanic as Poppy Ward, but she is mostly walking okay behind with a bit of a limp off the ice. Hopefully she can just walk it off, and it is one of them where she can continue. And we do wish her all the best that she can be a part of these playoffs for the rest of the weekend. Yeah,
absolutely.
As we're going to face off then inside the Ice Bees zone, because that's where the stoppage occurred. I mean, the positive sign is she needed a bit of help, but she is mostly walking. Then she's been taken into a medical centre.
One thing is she's been taken care of, and that's the main thing right now. Hope she is okay.
Yeah, as do I. And we are back underway then. It wasn't that too long of a stoppage, thankfully, and we are back underway. Challenge over on the far side.
The ref's been letting that sort of body-on-body contact go. I mean, that's not really a check. It's just kind of lean in. And it's been very consistent with it, so I don't think it can be any complaints from either side that penalties haven't been called the same or anything. So
I think, I mean, obviously you'll get some refs who will call everything, some who maybe want to let the game flow and don't call as much, but as you say, I think as long as it's consistent and fair for both sides, it shouldn't really matter. As long as both sides are getting the same calls, and which you'd have to say it is. And we do have top quality officials here every year. Some of them are international level and IIHF level. As nicely done. That's a lovely setup. Rising shot. I think that come off the stick, didn't it? Off Violet's stick.
I definitely think Ice Bees have now having more of the chances than Deside this latter sort of 15-20 minutes of the game. Yeah, it's given them a bit of a boost, isn't it? I mean, if you've just seen your opponent's top goal scorer limp off, you're going to be sort of it's going to give you a boost psychologically, isn't it? A big rebound, and she's reacted well again. I think she's sitting on it there, Violet, and the whistle's gone. The puck's come out now, but the whistle had already gone. Yeah. Very calm Violet as well. I think it's a key thing. This is a great save right here. She just stays with it. Important thing there she comes across such good movement on her feet that she stays upright until the shooter actually takes her shot.
Yeah. And back underway then. And we've seen Goodall, who started.
Like it went out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it did. Goodall's back playing as a forward. She's sort of been shuffling between the blue line and in a forward position for the Ice Bees. But mostly they are playing two-line hockey here. Deside have kind of used a third line. They've got a big roster here for this game. So although they have lost the quality of Poppy Ward, they do have bodies available to plug the gaps, as it were. Morgan controls. That's behind the back of the net, takes into a corner. Fired back in by Bulmer. And then along the boards. Kept inside though, still with the Ice Bees. Controlled nicely by Fatchik. Bulmer again, winds one up, and then...
She did really well there when that took that deflection to stay on it.
Yeah, that was a very quick reaction there from Violet, wasn't it, to cover that one up, gather it in.
We don't have an official shot count up here, but I think that Ice Bees, there's so many bees, are getting close to doubling them up here, actually.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and it started the other way, didn't it? That Deside were having probably the lion's share of them certainly in the first period. But yeah, Ice Bees have just steadily controlled it, haven't they? And they've grown into it now to a point where they are the ones in the ascendancy. We're obviously looking for that crucial second goal, because I don't think there's going to be much between these two.
Big save there.
It was. Come off a higher up.
Massive save.
Still, the Ice Bees are looking to get that second goal. And I think in a game as close as this, a second goal could probably just about clinch it. Because both goalies have been outstanding, you'd have to say. And it's going to be a really tough decision, I think, in terms of who you would name as all-star goalie in the under-16s, because it's a four-way fight, isn't it? There's nothing between them really in terms of quality so far from what we've seen.
Not at all. It's very, very tight. I think it'll come down to who plays in the final a little bit with this one, just because of obviously we're going to get a second look at a couple of goalies, but I think all four goalies we've seen so far playing have been really good.
Yeah, they have. Oh, danced through there.
Well, that you've got to keep playing in that situation. Though. Yes, I do think probably that was a hook, but equally, the puck was still there for you to have a shot.
It was Young who felt she was impeded there, but she was looking at the officials as if to say you're going to call it, but as you say, you kind of just got to keep playing until they do call it, because they might not, and as we've seen, they've not really called much. So
that's a big block there from Amos.
Yeah, it was. Still with the Icebees as cuts back inside. She was tripped. It was going to get called. Yeah, it was a trip, but it wasn't intended. She just moved too quick before she could react, and she had the stick was still in there. But unfortunately for Smith, she's going to get called for a penalty.
The best thing about getting a penalty is you do get a stat in the playoffs, right? You know, when you look on your elite prospects, you've got something in your stats other than game played, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'd trade that for an assist, I think. But,
but obviously.
But no, I get what you're saying. As we are inside the...
Just be showing your friends a 2 and not what it was for.
We are past the midpoint of this third period then. That shot just goes over from Goodall.
This is a massive kill for Deside right now. You feel that if Icebees get it, it's just going to be too much for Deside to get back.
Well, even if they are successful and kill it off, that's 2 minutes they've lost, of course, in terms of trying to get themselves back level. They'll be left with just over 5 minutes to try and get that equaliser, which, of course, isn't impossible. And we said when they give up that goal right at the end of the first period, as long as it stays a one-goal game, they're in it. And shot comes in, again, a rising effort. Grace Riley, field control, up the boards into a corner, centering passes, nobody there though. Icebees seem almost reluctant to want to commit too many bodies forward now. They're leaving players back on the points in case that happens and Deside get a break, as Strachan Jones will control. Shot comes in, kick save, comes back out into the corner. Strachan Jones will go and recycle the puck out from the wide position. Shot comes in, that wasn't off by much, flashed across the face of goal.
I think what's good to see this year is that last year was a little bit like the South dominant, very South dominant in the games, obviously not with Whitley, they were a lot closer, but this has been 2 really tight semi-finals, albeit I know that Whitley went 4 goals up early, but a fight back in the third, So.
Well, that's right, and a team with the quality that Chelmsford had, I think you was always expecting that. You were never going to keep them off the scoreboard because they've got that much quality. As Goodall advances and then sees a shot blocked by Freya Broom. I think you're right. I think last year we saw the Div 1 and Div 2 finals dominated by the Southern teams. I don't think it will be quite that way this year. I think that you've got 2 semi-finals in Div 1 where they could go either way for me, and I think Div 2 Kingston are going to be a strong team against Slough, so we could see a North v South final there, and obviously Div 2 Elizabeth, we're not quite sure what to expect from that, because it's essentially a brand new element to the competition, as that one is we're going to see a breakout, but just losing her foot in there. Ice is going to start to degrade this late in the game, final 5 minutes of the game, or of regulation I should say. In the corner there, Broom again doing a good job of breaking the play up.
We're back to full strength, Deside. Hadn't quite appreciated that. Just,
I mean,
I can't see the clock properly from up here, so.
No, that's it. I think as well, when you look at the semi-final last year, the equivalent of this game was Chelmsford against Manchester. I know Manchester took an early lead in that, but Chelmsford ended up running out comfortable winners in the end. And this hasn't been that way, has it? It's been a lot closer.
No. And I think even from the first sort of 15, up until they scored, it would you'd have been forgiven for thinking that Deside were the championship team in in the game, but Ice Bees have really settled into the game now and look a lot more in control. But they're certainly not running away with it.
Well, I believe last season they were coached by Catherine Gale.
That's going to help, right?
Yeah, and you've got Catherine, you've got Chrissy Newman, you've got Louise Adams, all coaching the Fire Bees and within the club, and that's a lot of quality coaching talent there to pass on to the youngsters. As that one comes out to Morgan, goes for a rink-wide pass. It was a nice little layoff, really, but it's Bulmer who will come back to gather at for the Ice Bees. Collected by Morgan, Savannah Morgan, I should say. So he has at least 3 Morgans on that Deside team. I think we've seen 2 of them so far. There's a good battle on the boards. Puck comes loose. Riley, I think it was with the effort there. We'll get a change. 3:33 to go. And we'll get the face-off inside the Dragon zone. So, a bit of a delay, but now we're back underway. Strachan Jones with the draw, fired towards goal by Grace Riley. They are putting all their big eggs in one basket here. The Ice Bees have got their big guns all on one line now.
Maybe sense that a goal now will probably make it just too much.
Yeah, it will. And you would have thought as that one will be gloved and held onto by Violet Lennon. But whilst you are coming up against somebody, a goalie of her quality, you know that you're in for a tough game. And still, we wait then for a second goal in this game. That one coming right at the end of the first period. I'll be amazed if that is going to be the deciding moment, but you don't know. And I still think Deside have got a chance to level this up and force overtime. Although they do seem to have been penned back a lot more since losing.
Poppy Ward.
Yeah. That one's just over.
Fights that off there. Deside just a little bit kind of, as you can see, a little bit swinging at pucks and things, a little bit panicky. That's a lovely move to set our teammate up there.
Yeah.
As I say again, like Violet Lennon, obviously, just good positioning. It's very hard to beat a goalie who can position themselves like that, move with the puck, and always be in a good spot to make the save.
Yeah. We go again then. Face off in the Deside zone. Shaves a few seconds off the clock every time though, between stoppages. Goodall will drop back. She's back on the blue line now. Normally partnering Griffin. She is indeed on this shift. That one clears. Now it's going to go the distance.
Looks like an icing.
Yeah.
Oh no, they waved it for non-skating, I think.
Yeah.
Slowing down, expecting icing. You've got to keep skating.
Yeah, you have. Which kind of does Deside a favour. Although the clock keeps running, what they don't need is to defend another defensive zone face-off.
No, absolutely not.
And that one comes in short side.
And you also can't call a timeout on an icing either.
No, that's true.
I mean, although I sometimes sneakily try it just to get that extra couple of seconds delay for the team, but I'm giving away things here that you shouldn't.
You are, aren't you? Yeah. Stuff to watch out for in your semi-final later on then. Div 1, that one's just shanked short of the target inside the final 2 minutes of regulation. That one comes back then to Strachan Jones, rise a challenge, and then Lauder comes in and she'll slip the puck across to quite see who it was. I think it was Wheeler. Unfortunately, our numbers are covered.
In front of her here.
Yeah, that one's gone into the bench.
That's not a bad result for Deside now. This is maybe the time you want to take one, but
yeah,
there doesn't look like they're signalling for it. So
no, 93 seconds left in regulation then. But as you say, crucially, they've got the face-off outside the zone. If they can just work their way up the ice, but I
think they have taken it.
Yeah, the Ice Bees have called it.
The Ice Bees have
That's what
called
it
the
sounded
timeout.
like. That's what it sounded like on the
well,
announcement. So,
I mean, hark back to the first playoffs, the Steel Queens were involved in.
yes, Ice Bees have called it.
I took one in an offside situation to ensure that they didn't get their goalie out, and that might be what the Ice Bees are doing, like sort of making sure they've got their players that can eat the puck.
Yeah. I mean, we've just got to win the draw and then control the puck, haven't they? Which sounds simple, but that's what we've got to do. But yeah, I can see that just enough of the scoreboard to see that the red dot is on the Ice Bees side of the scoreboard. So it is the Ice Bees who've called it. But you're right, it is a bit of a surprise. I think in that situation you kind of are expecting it to be Deside to do that, to run through a play to say when we're going to pull Violet Lennon for the extra attacker. But either way, I mean, if Ice Bees want to burn their timeout now, it's Deside can still go through their team talk, of course, and still have theirs in reserve. Ice Bees in control, then they will advance and dump into the corner by Bulmer. That one comes out to the point via the boards, floated back in, high glove tip, and then. I think Violet got a piece of it, but again it just whistled past that far post, and that's happened about 3 or 4 times in this game now from the Ice Bees. They have gone close to a second and crucial goal, but that one just wide. That one comes off the boards.
I think the Ice Bees just have a little bit more pep in their step just now, don't they?
They do.
Just a little bit.
They do. And they are controlling the puck exactly where they want it in the offensive zone with just over 40 seconds remaining.
We'll quite happily not take another shot on goal and just keep that puck down there.
Yeah.
Can Morgan get? I think Morgan's at the end of the shift there.
Yeah,
I
shot
think
in, isn't it?
now's your time, but not doing it.
No, 29 seconds. Deside are going to go for a full line change here. Ice Bees seem happy to keep the same unit out there.
I think they'll just be thinking, let's kill this. This is a strong group that we've got on ice. You've got Strachan Jones on ice, and Riley as well. And I think they'll just be thinking, let's just keep the puck down there. It doesn't even matter if we score. They can't. They're not going to score from their end of the ice.
No, well that's it. We've just got to keep, as I say, possession is what you want at that point, but territory as well. The old rugby rule: if you've got it as far away from your own goal line, that's exactly what you want, isn't it? And 10 seconds to go now. Oh, the puck comes loose. Is this a chance for Deside? No, it wouldn't fall to a red shirt. It's onto an Ice Bees stick. They've cleared it. That will drop down, and it's going to be the Ice Bees then who will meet the Whitley Bay Beacons in the final tomorrow. But Deside can be really proud of their performance. They gave everything in that and treated us to what was a really close game of hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a great game to watch. And Deside maybe just at the end, just kind of a little bit out of gas towards the end. But yeah, good quality game, and good to see that we're, two close under-16s games, and it sets up for a nice tasty final tomorrow with the two league winners facing off against each other.
It does indeed. Well, again, we're going to stay on air for the post-game ceremonies, the handshakes, the MVP awards, and then, of course, Ice Bees will be presented with their league trophy success. As the handshakes get underway, Rambo, thoughts on player of the game?
I think for the Ice Bees, I mean, it's probably a bit of a cop-out. They scored only goal, but I think Strachan Jones was so important in maintaining
she's got the
possession.
game-winning goal, hasn't she?
Yeah. So. And I think realistically, towards the end of there, that could have been a 2 or 3 goal game in the last 5 minutes when there was more pressure from the Ice Bees. I think it has to go Violet Lennon. Personally, I think she really, maintained her composure under a lot of pressure at times there. A couple of times where our D maybe got a little bit of 6s and 7s, and she managed to stay big. So
yeah, I won't argue with that. I think ultimately, they are the two that have the biggest bearing on the game for their respective sides. I do think though that Abigail Ransom deserves a mention for the Ice Bees in terms of yes, whatever the Deside did. Throw at goal, particularly early on, particularly in that first period when they had an answer to it. And do we have somebody dressed as a nun down there by the bench?
We do, and I wasn't going to mention it because I was having none of it, but
the best bar nun.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of being dressed like a nun is.
It becomes a habit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We are getting ready.
You see some weird and wonderful things, and some just plain weird things actually at playoff weekend.
Yeah.
We've got someone who's dressed as a flamingo, I believe, over there as well.
Yes, or at least half of a flamingo. I think the head's missing now.
Yeah,
which is in the beacons bit. So
and the Queen Bee deflated a minute ago. I don't know where it's went. I don't know if someone else is switching over.
Yeah.
It's good to see that some of the Steel Queens have arrived. I'm pleased that they've made it.
Yeah. So we wait on air, as I say, to show you this MVP award. So we got the leadership groups down there. There's Autumn Lennon and Emmy Lauder down there for Deside. Grace Riley leading the players down there for the ISPs.
And then we will have a league winners presentation as well.
So we await the announcements then, which our colleague from the podcast, Andrew Day, is going to give the presentation. Well, no surprise there.
I wasn't surprised about that at all.
No. I'm guessing Poppy Ward's the other captain. That's why they've only got 2 down there, D-side.
Yeah, she's definitely the other captain of this team. And it's a shame that she can't be down there with her teammates to enjoy this, because they've had a really good season, D-side.
Yes, they have.
First year, I think. Second year.
Second year, but first year of the playoffs.
First year in the playoffs. Excellent, and for them to get there.
Yeah, it really was.
68, Caitlin Parker.
A good hard-working game.
Yeah, and well done to her. So that completes the MVP awards. Then we'll have the presentation of the league trophy for ISB's winning the Under-16 Southern Conference.
Of course, Andrew's a big part of he does a lot of stuff for the Queen Bees club. He
does.
And so he'll be happy to see them get a win.
It pits his club against mine in the final tomorrow.
Yes, it does. It does.
And the 2 league champions, which I suppose is just and right, really. So we get each player coming out now to collect their medals.
They're doing it in sort of an order. They're actually going one at a time here.
They are, yeah. Whitley were just like all free for all, wasn't it, really? But I mean, they've had enough of them that would be practiced it, I'm sure, by now.
Yeah, just Whitley were a bit like, in Monty Python's the scene, get on with it.
Yes, a little bit.
Definitely hates myself with that reference.
Yeah. And that was quite a nice moment there as Ward Close went over to congratulate Violet Lennon. Then that was quite a nice exchange between the 2 of them. But yes, it will be the 2 league winners then meeting tomorrow in the final. That's the first final lineup confirmed for you for this weekend. And the first 2 semi-finals in the books, Rambo.
Yeah, and it's a good start to the day. I hope everyone's enjoyed these 2 games, and I think it's nice having the 16s feel a little more into the body of this. Obviously, I think maybe last year they were on the Monday and not forgotten about, but just perhaps it's winding down by then. So we get to watch the future stars of the WNIHL and possibly GB first thing on a Saturday morning.
So here we go then. Grace Riley takes the trophy to her teammates, and a very well done to the ISBs then, who will play in their first final. And well, it was a close game. Be interesting to see how the final plays out tomorrow. We're going to leave you with these pictures as they cut the ice, but we'll be back very shortly, so please don't go anywhere.
Thanks everyone.